Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday Thought. This Sunday, I want to talk about self-image. What is your self-image? Is it one that supports you in present day, or are you coming from a self-image from when you were much younger? And perhaps an image that was placed on you by other people around you saying you're this or that or the other. And did you make decisions when people were telling you who you were that have still created blocks in who you are today and how you work with your life? I am incredibly fortunate in being able to work with people who are wanting to clear those blocks. And there's many ways in we can look at this when we're going in to clear a block, we being me and who help those people up there that help me a lot. And what I have found very often, the mental element that we have within ourselves, whether it be from just our plain thinking process or if it's our intellectual element, often has us stuck. And so no matter what we can let go of and do make sense in a logical way, there's that underlying grip of wanting to have that mental control. And the only way you can really discover if you have that element of a program within you is to really observe your thinking, and number one, and number two is to really go inside and take a look at what your self-image is. How do you see yourselves? And we could have several self-images. We could have a self-image of our public face, we'll say, or our interpersonal relationships. We could have a different self-image as to how we interact with our children or our parents. It's not just one thing usually, but underlying it all, very often I find there is this grip on not being willing to let go of a belief that you have to either fight to survive, to prove who you are. And I just want to touch on proving who you are. Who are you proving that to? That's a question. Who are you proving that to? I had that. I wanted acknowledgement. I wanted to be looked at as somebody who had whatever at the moment, some information, some knowledge, some awareness, overcoming what we used to call as our inferiority complex. And I remember the first time when I let go of my need for acknowledgement. A piece of inner work, of course, that did that. But what I discovered was that all of a sudden there was acknowledgement all around me. I wasn't hearing it. Now, how come I wasn't hearing it before? And that's because I was locked into my self-image of being a certain way. So everything else would pass me by. Didn't come in, didn't register. And that's what I find very often. Sometimes I have done quite a bit of work with a person and there's still something. What is that? And that is letting go of the self-image. I'm not good enough. I'm unworthy. No matter what I do doesn't count. All of those baseline thinkings, which comes down to basically being from what I call the thinking or the mental element, is that I'm not good enough. On the emotional side, it's more of I'm unlovable because it's a feeling. And I truly do believe we are in a planet, a feeling planet, and feelings are very, very important. And for those of you that have listened to other videos or listened to me speak or my books, you will find that I talk a lot about that we are an emotional being. I was very much up here in my head when I was younger, and mainly because of survival. I wanted to survive, and I had a drive to learn, to understand. Trying to figure myself out actually was one of the, and trying to figure out who God was. And seeing it Sunday, I can mention God. Not maybe in the accepted sense of the grandfather up there being benevolent, but that energy that is there. And to me, it doesn't matter what you call it, whether you call it God or any other name you may give that energy. That to me, it's a loving source energy. So today, we're talking about self-image that comes from all of that intake you took, usually when you're a child. usually when things that happened and the decisions that you made that still out picture. And sometimes it's so deep rooted. It's like those roots are just don't want to give up. And that means we have to apply quite a lot of consciousness to letting that image go and replacing that with knowing who you truly are, that you are connected to this love source that exists in this planet. So I really want you to think about that. What is your self-image? And what is the self-image that you have in relation to the different aspects of your life? But the bottom line core, are you willing to let go of the fear that you may not be perfect? Are you willing to let go of the fear that we screw up? Am I allowed to say screw up? I guess so. So much censoring sometimes. I think, oh my goodness, because I get carried away. I don't have a script. I just talk off my heart at any given time. And sometimes some of those words can be a little, oh, what's the mode for today? But anyhow, I want you to really dig deep and find out what is the bottom line fear you actually have. Because in the source of love, you are totally acceptable and loved for who you are. All is forgiven. All is there, and that's where it comes in that we need to rise above and know that we are doing the best we can. Always we do the best we can with what we've got. Yes, we can change what we've got and come into that self-image of knowing that we're lovable, that we do the best we can always with what we have. And so I want to wish you a happy Sunday. I'll see you all again on Wednesday, and I may have another movie review for you too. Thanks a lot for watching, and thank you for subscribing, for your likes, your comments, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.